I received my PhD from Plymouth University in the UK back in 2017 on the issue of blindness and visual impairment. I was looking into ways to improve audio description services for blind and visually impaired people. And then once I got my PhD, I applied for a grant from a trust in the UK. And the University of Plymouth acted as my host institution. And as a student and then as a postdoctoral researcher, I never had any complaints against me or any queries about my work or anything. And my research into helping blind people was going very well. And in my spare time, I wrote about politics and human rights and the deep state and the military for a number of publications, including Nexus magazine in Australia. And somebody had read something I'd written in Nexus, and they sought out my old PhD examiner called Jane Grant, and they asked Dr. Grant to intervene to get rid of me. And I had no idea this was going on. It's only because somebody leaked the emails to me that I found out. And I was accused of being a conspiracy theorist, which is a new term that's been, well, not a new term, but a new class of person that's been invented. And we can talk about that later. But in the emails among staff, they gave zero example of what I had written that was supposedly conspiratorial or offensive. They just vaguely mentioned Nexus magazine. And I was locked out of my university email account. And I was working from a distance anyway, so I wasn't attending the university. So it was easy for them to get rid of me because they were acting as a host. I had no salaried position. The money was coming from the trust. And had I not been given access to these emails, I would never have known what was happening because I called IT support and they wouldn't tell me what was happening. The one person who did respond, a Dr. Katie Anglis at the business school, she actually threatened me by writing in bold and underlined in her email, don't contact us again. So this was very serious, and I took the issue to the vice chancellor of the university and didn't receive a satisfactory outcome. So I'm now pursuing it through different means. So this actually follows a trend where anybody who has an original thought, whether the thought is good or bad, or whether it's accurate or inaccurate, doesn't really matter. Everybody should have a right to be able to think and express their thoughts. This is protected in the US Constitution. It's also protected in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights globally. And it's even protected in theory by my own university because they have something called a dignity and respect policy, which says that controversial and unpopular ideas should be protected. There should be no consequence for voicing controversial or unpopular ideas. And what was particularly shocking about my case is that I reiterate, not a single specific allegation was made